Hello everybody, I hope that you're all well today. Here is a video tip today all about how to create a sign-up form for your Mailchimp list. So we're going to go straight over into Mailchimp now and I'll take you through it. I'm just going to bring up my Mailchimp account here. This is a test account that I use, so there's not a lot in it. As you can see, I've already logged in and this is the dashboard. The information that you'll see here will vary dependent on what stage you're at with your Mailchimp account. So to create a sign-up form, you need to firstly go to lists at the top here. Don't worry about these messages here. These are tips and hints from Mailchimp when you've got a new account. And as this is a test account, I don't use it very often, so I'm just going to dismiss that. If you haven't already got a list sitting here, you'll need to create a new one. I'm just going to move my video across a bit using the create list button here and create a new list. Now we already have a list, so I'm going to work with the one that I've already got. Click on the list itself and then go to sign up forms. Now it can get a bit scary here because you can see embedded forms and subscriber pop-up and integrations. You don't need to worry about any of those at all. Just to create a simple sign-up form that you can send out, you just need to click on general forms. And then from here you can go through and design your form. What you'll see on this drop down is lots of different options, which again can look a little bit scary if you're doing this for the first time. What these are different pages that Mailchimp can show to your new subscribers and different emails that it can send to them. Once you've designed your email, the design for that, so your sign-up form, the design for that does follow through into all of these, and then they're set up with standard text. So you don't actually have to edit any of them unless you want to. So have sign-up form selected here. And the first thing you need to decide is whether you want your subscribers to choose whether they receive your emails as plain text or HTML. Now the difference between the two is plain text means that there won't be any images displayed. Any web links will show up as the full URL, not a link that they can click on. Whereas with HTML, you've got all the images in there. It really is entirely up to you whether you choose to tick that box or not, depending on the types of emails that you're going to be sending. Just be aware that if you send an email out in HTML, it won't always show images automatically, so people may have to click on that, and some people do prefer plain text. So it's entirely up to you whether you give them that option. The next option is about protecting your sign-up form with CAPTCHA. Now this is all about, I'm sure you've done it all the time, when you go on a website and someone says, enter this code to prove you're not a robot. And that literally is all that's for. If you tick it, that question's asked. If you don't, it isn't. It obviously helps protect you from people that are trying to spam you. So I would say tick it, but again, it's up to you. Now this sign-up form URL here, this basically is the URL that will take you to your sign-up form directly. So we can have a look at it now. I've just done a Control-C to copy that. I'm going to open a new tab on my web browser. And this is what the form looks like at the moment. Now obviously it's very, very plain, it's very, very basic. There's not a lot in there. But that is the link that you will be able to give out and share to people that you want to sign up to your list. So we're going to go down here, and there's 3 stages. Translate it, you probably don't need to worry about unless you're working with international clients. So we're going to look at build it and design it. Building your form is all about the text that goes on your form. So this first part of your form here is your header area, and you can either have text here to say sign up for our newsletter, or you can use an image, and a lot of people tend to use their logo here. So you can click on the use image button to add an image. Now I don't have any images in this account, so I'm going to quickly upload an image from here. So I'll just pop my business logo in there. You want an image that's around about 600 pixels wide, so you may want to edit it down, which you can do here, and then press save and insert image. And as you will see, I now have my logo at the top of the form. As said, it's entirely up to you whether you want to do that or not, but the option's there. You can then click here. Sorry, let me just go back to that because I did that a little bit too quickly. Here you can add a personalised message to your subscribers. So you click on edit, and you can make it as long as you want. You can format it, you can add images in there. For today, we're just going to say, please subscribe to my newsletter. So very, very simple. You can change your fonts, you can use bold, colours, everything as you normally would in Mailchimp, but that isn't what today's lesson is about. You then choose what information you want from your subscribers. The general basics are email address, first name, last name. Over this side, you can add different fields, checkboxes, radio buttons, anything that you want to add. But again, for today, to keep it simple, we're going to leave it as it is. And this button here is the subscribe to list button, which people will click. And at the bottom here, you've got your Mailchimp rewards. If you're using the free version of Mailchimp, which a lot of us do, you have to have a Mailchimp logo somewhere on your form. So that's what this is about, Mailchimp logo. We're now going to move over into Design It, and this is where you can change colours and fonts and make it really personal and fit your branding. So the first thing to look at is the background, and that's this grey bit here. And you click here and you can select whatever colour you want. If you know the RGB codes or the hex colour for your own personal branding colours, then you can edit those here as well. If you just want it white, just put in FFFF 6Fs here and it will make it white for you. So I've done that on this, I've made it white. The next bit is the header section, which is where your image is. Now if you've got an image in there, you're not going to want to change this section. If you've used text, you can change your font size and your margins. The outer wrapper is the section that goes around where the actual form is, and this allows you to change the background of the form itself. So you can make your form background grey, so it stands out, but it only kind of does this top bit here, so it generally isn't really worth doing a huge amount with that. I would say leave it as white. The next bit is to look at the body. And the body is the section where all of your form is. You can change the colour of the foreground, and then it says background, which is very, very confusing in Mailchimp, but this is the foreground of this. And you can change that, so this kind of in between your fields can be a different colour. And just show you what would happen if we do that. It would go like that. You can go to default text and you can change your fonts. There's obviously a limited number of fonts in Mailchimp, but you can change the fonts and they change like that. And it's only changing the main font here at this point. And if you've got any links in there, hyperlinks, you can change how they appear. Forms, this is where you actually format the actual form fields and the buttons for the form. So again, you've got the background, which is on your button. You've got what happens if you hover over the button. So does the button change colour like that as you hover over it? And you can select the colour that that changes to. Your field labels, this is where you can change the font for those. You might want to make it all match. You might want to make it a different colour, so make it a little bit darker. And as you can see, those have now updated. The field text, so this is when someone types the information in here, it formats it to match. So again, if you're using a particular font, so we're using Lucida here, you change it to Lucida. Required shows you what you can do if you've got specific required fields and you want them in a different colour. If you want a legend to show the required field instructions, which shows here, it just brings up indicates required. Obviously we don't have any required fields on this form, so it doesn't show us a huge amount. Help text, you can choose what colour that shows up in, and errors, you can show how errors will appear. It doesn't show you that at this point. And the final thing is your monkey rewards, so you can change what version of the Mailchimp badge goes here and where it is aligned. And that is all you do. So if we go back to our original URL and we refresh that now, as you can see, those changes have now come through, and that is what our form looks like. I hope that you found that useful. I will do another video to talk you through some of the other options here, but I wanted to keep it simple today and just do the sign up form. But what I will just show you is that if we go to the confirmation thank you page and hit build it, you can see that that page is formatted in the same way as the design that we've put on the form, and that translates through to everything. So I will be back with you again soon with a new video. I hope that you've enjoyed this one today and found it useful, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.